Secretary of State Mike Pompeo today saying he's hoping within hours that Russia will permit U.S. officials to meet with the American man jailed in Moscow and accused of spying, a guarantee that is supposed to be provided under international law.
It's a deepening mystery at a time of escalating tensions. Who is Paul Whelan, and why is the U.S. citizen in Russian custody? Overnight, NBC News learned the 48-year-old served multiple tours in Iraq as part of the Marine Corps Reserve, but was discharged for bad conduct in 2008 after being convicted on several charges related to larceny.
There's no way that Paul is a spy.
Whelan's twin, David, denies his brother committed espionage, saying Paul Whelan was in Moscow for a friend's wedding.
He definitely wouldn't do anything to break the laws, and I can't imagine that he would have broken spy laws in any country, let alone in Russia.
It's a country Whelan visited numerous times since at least 2006, maintaining an account on Russian social media site VK, where a year ago he posted messages like, "God save President Trump." At the time of his arrest Friday, Whelan worked as the director of global security for the industrial auto parts company Borg Warner. Questions are being raised about the timing of his arrest, just 1 month after Russian operative Maria Butina pleaded guilty in the U.S. to acting as an unregistered foreign agent after forging connections with the NRA and leading Republicans. 2 weeks ago, Vladimir Putin promised he would not retaliate for Butina's arrest.
We're not
going to detain any innocent people in order to exchange them from anyone.
But Whelan's distraught family wants his safe return.
We just want him to come home.
Secretary of State Pompeo also saying today that the U.S. has made it clear to the Russians that he wants to know more about the charges. And he says if it is appropriate, the U.S. will demand his immediate return.